talk about the Lions possibly trading for Ceedee Lamb. We talked about Micah Parsons, all the people that Dallas got to pay. Dak playing on last year his deal. That really don't happen at quarterback, but he getting paid. I think his cap hit is $50 million as I try to embark on a journey to the gym. Now, I work between my two gyms. One is technically closer, and one is really closer to my house. Right? But the traffic to get to one gym from my house is so bad. Like, getting there, it's not bad. But when I leave there, going to the crib, it takes too long. If I work out at this one gym I go to, the clear path to the crib is simple as hell. Just work out there first. So I think I'm gonna go to this one gym closer to the city. The traffic just sucks when it gets warmer because of the construction or whatever. You can look at this line all the way back here to get to where I gotta go home. I'm considering moving back to the city, to be honest, or at least moving like Southfield or something. If I stay in Detroit, I might be moving down to Charlotte, bro. I've been saying that. Just gotta make it happen. But yeah, man, you know, Ceedee Lamb, you know, he looking for a paycheck. The Lions got the bread, but like I said, that wide receiver position, and this pollen is bananas. That wide receiver position, it ain't no position where you want to have two high-paid wide receivers, in my opinion. I just don't think, like, I mean, you think about all the, you know, you can have some, you know, you got two receivers paid inside the top 5. You know, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And Cincinnati not even trying to do that. They're not trying to play Chase and T. Higgins. Receivers are just, they're a dime a dozen for real. Let's keep it funky. They're a dime a dozen. You know, you can get you can draft the receiver and get the production for 5 years. You know, like Ceedee Lamb, you're gonna pay all that money to Ceedee Lamb, Parkins, and Dak, and they can't get the job done. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you can get Ceedee Lamb's production and draft a receiver. To be honest, let's keep it funky. You know, I mean, Minnesota eventually moved on from Randy Moss. Oakland, even though, you know, they didn't do shit with him for real. He had great numbers at Oakland, but they wasn't winning nothing. They eventually moved on from Randy Moss. So, like I said before, you know, if you got a complete team, you know, that's different. But you're putting a whole bunch of money into 2 receivers and top 5 money today, you know, you can make it work. But you got to be a great team at drafting other positions, because, you know, when you're talking about position to need, quarterback, you know, blind side, left tackle, edge rusher, and them the main ones right there. You know, when you're talking about, you know, positions that's kind of, they essential but really non-essential, running back, receivers, I mean, they interchangeable. You know what I'm saying? But there's exceptions to the rules. But you see what the Rams did. They drafted Nakua late. You know, I'd be able to draft and get Cooper Kupp. So when Cooper Kupp done, Nakua would be the guy, then they'd draft another guy. So this is one of those positions where you can draft, unless you got a real special talent, you pay them. You know, pay St. Brown, but, you know, would you want to rent a T. Higgins like I talked about already? I mean, did that video go up first? Keep getting pushed back though. But I mean, I would understand it. You going for the championship, but if it work out well, then you got to find a way to pay the brother. With Ceedee Lamb, you'll trade him with the understanding that y'all already have a contract agreement. You know, and can you find that production in the draft next year? Yes. And if I'm gonna take a receiver and via trade, I'm gonna via trade a receiver that, you know, if it's gonna be a rental, and then he got to force to be a rental and not show up, it's T. Higgins. You know, with Ceedee Lamb, he still got years left on his contract, so that's gonna be a dispute. I got to pay him. If T. Higgins is not made a contract by the franchise date, you just use him as a rental. In reality, Ceedee Lamb will have to show up, but you don't want that bad attitude in your locker room. But let's say they wanted to pull the trigger. I mean, he's a talented receiver. I think he's a top 10 receiver. They do some things. He move in the slot, big guy on the outside. I mean, in reality, him and St. Brown will be unstoppable. You know, he bring a little bit more explosion than T. Higgins. You know, a little bit more flash in the pan. But you talking about with T. Higgins, he bring more physicality. But Ceedee Lamb been more healthy. And I think Ceedee Lamb think he a bump up above T. Higgins. I think he better than T. Higgins. So, T. Higgins, want to show that he could be the guy. He could be the number one guy in the offense. So T would be T would be a better situation, a better fit either or. To be honest, T is one of them guys that'll be that dude on the outside. Ceedee, you move him around. He could be that guy on the outside. But T a little bit more physical. You know what I'm saying? And Ceedee a little bit more athletic, a little bit more flashier. His little family talk a little bit too much. And when people get to talking and shit and talking, when you got women that get to talking for you, bro, your family, nothing ever good comes out of that. You know what I'm saying? I just think family members in general should shut the hell up. If anybody gonna speak of the family, it's the man in the family. That's who should be the vocal point. Not saying he the end all be all. Y'all make them decisions together, man. But we know tradition is dead. A lot of y'all looking for traditional relationships and all that. All I can really say, if you're looking for tradition, you got to go abroad. If you forced to stay here, you just got to adjust. And that's what I did. I was telling myself the other day, I don't see myself being in another serious relationship. Honestly, I don't. It'd have to take the right person, bro. Like, I just don't see it. But yeah, like I said before, it's a lot of non-traditional shit going on. But nonetheless, the people still want a tradition. But yeah, but other than that, man, either or, man. Like, I understand why they would take that step, but I think most people say, look here, man, them contracts gonna kick in a year or two for a lot of them guys they paid. If they spend money, it's gonna be on elite edge rusher. And I'm gonna speak on Levi Onwuzurike. They said he looking like he bouncing back, and if that's the case, if he bouncing back, man, the Lions gonna, if he can do what I see him doing college on film, the Lions going all the way, bro. I'm telling you, man, he been the missing piece. If they said he started, and when you deal with back injuries, I was gonna be a machinist and shit. Crazy story, right? I stopped going. I forgot why I stopped going to the machinist class. But I ain't no handy dude, but I ain't no guy that can't be handy. It might take me a little bit longer to figure it out than everybody else, but I can do some things, right? But it was in the class, they kind of talked about safety and shit, right? And one of the safety precautions that they spoke about in the class was back injuries, because obviously when you're dealing with metal and machinists and all that, back injuries are a common occurrence. And one of the tests I remember taking was saying that can back injuries be healed 100%, true or false? And a lot of people in the claim this, you would say false, but it ended up, you'd be saying that it was true. Well, they can be healed, you know what I'm saying, or they can't be healed. But a lot of people make a full recovery. It's just that older people that tend to get the back injuries, they don't really recover. My father had a back injury. He still, I just seen him yesterday. Was that yesterday or 2 days ago? He looking good as new. I don't hear too many complaints, about his back. So yeah, you can make a full recovery, but that back injury that he had, that's the same one Shaq Lawson had, and he just wasn't the same guy no more after he had the back injury or whatever, right? But he's a young guy, and he should be able to bounce back from that. But I wouldn't be mad if they traded for Ceedee Lamb and paid him. You know what I'm saying? We can't go around here talking about how frugal the Lions been over our majority of our lifetime and before our lifetime, and then get mad when they start spending money. You just sound like a woman. You just sound like you can't be pleased. So that's in my opinion. So I ain't gonna never knock them for spending no bread on a talented, proven player. So, but if I had to pick, I'll be happy with either or of them. For the same price, Ceedee or T. Higgins are amazing receivers, and for different guys, big guys. I just think T just a little bit more powerful to me, and maybe because Ceedee look faster, but Ceedee a problem. I fuck with him, both of them, man. And Dallas got some guys I like. I wasn't a big Michael Parsons fan. I didn't really see it coming out of Penn State, but I like his personality. I like the way he play athletically. Like I said, they got my boy Jordan Lewis over there. I like Zeke Elliott. Dalton, when they had the Dalton guy, he in Houston now, the tight end, I liked him. So they got some, it's just they the whole ass Cowboys. That's the problem. But I root for the bro. I root for Dak to win, to be honest. I don't want Cowboys to win the championship because of their fan base. But I'll be rooting for the brothers to win, the black quarterbacks to win. I'll be rooting for them, man, to be honest. But, like I said before, if they were to go and do a rental year with T. Higgins or go trade for Ceedee Lamb, the expectations would be championship. But if they was to go out there and actually go get a guy to beat it and then spend some money on a guy, or if it's a 1 year rental or a guy to beat a guy, I think it'd be similar to Green Bay persuading Reggie White to get there, and the expectation is championship. So I think that's kind of what you're looking at if they're going to get a guy like Reggie White, a guy that's going to bring pressure and stop the run and be a difference maker up front. That's what they missing. But wouldn't be mad if they went out there and traded for a receiver. But in J-Mo, we trust. Peace. Well, hey, check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance getting notifications. We go live and drop video. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support once again. Let me know in the comment section. Peace.